Right.
We just rented the cookies. My son wanted to do it, and I did it. California marijuana dispensary, medical card, Florida, Dale Mabry, right next to where the Bucks play.
So I saw one, actually, a dispensary that was for sale in Arizona.
Dispensaries are all over the place.
Yeah,
dispensaries. The market's flooded with dispensaries. I've seen it for 10 caps.
Same. That was
Michigan. Why? I don't know. I have to go to Michigan and have to find out why are they paying a 10 cap? How strong is the people that own the dispensary are, and how they making money and get a feel for it. Those
that's what I saw.
Really
that's what I saw in
investigate.
Arizona.
You can do it, but
it was at a 10 cap, but it hadn't sold in months. And I'm looking, why is not sold?
Why? You got to know why. And typically, the broker can tell you. You can say, okay, why this place sold? You're offering 10 cap on the money. Banks won't loan on them. That's the number one reason. No dispensaries go for less than, even the best ones never sell for less than a 7.5 cap, 8 cap. Used to be 7. Now none of them ever sell for less than 8.
So is
and
it
for 8? It better be a major company.
So if you're buying
10 is a smaller guy.
So if you're buying at a 10, so a 10% return, and you have to buy it cash, is that
you can't buy cash.
Is that a good use of money?
Sure, as long as you know that dispensary is not going nowhere, and the people that are growing and selling the weed, I got money and are making money, and you'll never have to worry about your rent. It's just like any other tenant. But in this case, you got to be double sure because you can't loan against that property. All your money has to be tied up in it. So there are some banks that will loan on it, to tell you the truth. But there's been some changes with federal charters, and some banks will loan, but they're going to charge you 10% probably. So what's the point?
Right. But if you have cash, do you think that would be a good
you go out
opportunity?
tomorrow, you get for $1 million, you can go buy a dispensary and get $100,000 a year. Just deposit it right into your account.
What's the biggest risk of that outside of the tenant just not paying their rent?
A lot of them still can only take cash. That's the biggest problem dispensaries have. They're only allowed them to take cash, which is not good because it interferes with their business. But a lot of them got credit lines now. Banks have recognized it. I mean, the only thing is, to me, it's all about any other business. Supply and demand. Is there a demand for that dispensary? What are their numbers? But the problem is, dispensaries, a lot of times, competition can come in and fuck them over. If another dispensary comes in that neighborhood and they got better weed for a better price, they could get hurt. But I don't know. I don't know the business that well, but you got to do your homework for every business. It's just like an ice cream place. You're not going to run an ice cream store to an ice cream guy if there's one right next door.
Right. Yeah.
But, you can get 10% on your money if you want to rent to buy medical marijuana triple nets.
Is there any other niche businesses that are pretty good returns aside from dispensaries?
I mean, it's safe is like I said, necessity properties are safe. Things that are making money, the necessities, people need them, hair, nails, food, daycare, the private schools. I like private schools.
So I'm seeing a lot of schools and daycares being sold in Vegas at a really good return. Like I'm talking like 7.5%.
It's all about the tenants.
But why are they selling at such a low price for a necessity?
7% is not a low price when you're paying 7% to borrow money. It's a shit price. You only
when
get
I'm
20%
seeing everything selling at a 6%
if you only got
return and they're at a
20% skin in
7.
the game, right? You're only going to get a 7% return on 20% because in today's interest rates, all the fucking money goes to the bank. So it's not a good return. It sounds like it because we're used to them being lower. But 7 is not a good cap rate these days, and the bank's charging 7. It's a wash.
Yeah.
Does he wash at least?
Not really.
Maybe that's your problem with girls. You got to start washing more. He reminds me of my captain. They're like young, good-looking guys, but, for some reason they don't, I don't know. I think it's because they're like, is he like a spoiled brat type, self-centered? Is he self-centered?
No, he's not.
No, he's not. He's worried about himself, and I don't know.
I don't think so. I gave him the nice room when we were.
He did actually last night.
Yeah.
There's a room that connected to a bathroom.
And Graham and I already.
Yeah.
And I said Graham, right or left, and without looking, he said right, and he didn't want that room, even though we
Yeah.
already predetermined it. And then I said, and he's like, "Can I please have this room?" I'm like, "Of course you can," because previously he gave me the nice room, and I remembered that this whole time because I was always grateful for that. And so
Isn't he the boss?
it's technically.
Is he not your fucking boss?
Technically, well, depends on.
Do you have a job
on
without
paper?
him?
Without him? No, but
Do
he.
you have
would-
an existence without him? He's your fucking golden goose. And you got to
Tell
protect the
him all the
goose
time
to
to
lay
tell
the
him.
golden eggs.
Yes.
He's not protecting the goose very well.
Yeah. We protect
I
the
know
goose.
he got
You gotta
married.
protect the goose.